Morning. It's October the 16th, and these are our Georgia Jet sweet potatoes that we harvested October the 2nd. We made a few videos on the harvesting of these potatoes, and we've had some people in the comments section ask us how we store and cure our sweet potatoes. For perfect conditions to cure your sweet potatoes, you want to have the temperature at around 85 to 90 degrees with about 95% relative humidity for a week or two. And that lets the sweet potato convert the starches to sugar to turn it sweet. And then after they're cured, you want to store these potatoes, excuse me, in about a 55 to 60 degree environment. Well, we don't have the perfect environment to do all of that. What we do is this. We arrange our sweet potatoes from largest to smallest. And we put them in containers with no lids so the air can circulate around these potatoes. And then we store these potatoes in our back bedroom. It's the warmest part of our house. We're getting middle of October now. We haven't turned our heat on yet, but we still want to get it as warm as possible. So we put it in the back bedroom. That's on the south-facing part of our home where the sun hits the back of our house, and the bedroom actually stays between 75 and 80 degrees all day long on a nice sunny day. We will take and have dark curtains over the windows so we get no direct sunlight in that room. And we leave these potatoes in that room all year long. We go from around 75 to 80 degrees. It's starting to get a little cooler now with 40-degree temperatures at night. So after the curing process, for us, which we've found growing these Georgia Jet sweet potatoes in our zone 5B climate at this time of the year, it takes us around 4 to 6 weeks to convert this starches in these sweet potatoes to sugar. So we harvest around October the 1st, and we're eating a little bit after November the 1st, maybe the middle of November, we can start eating them because we don't have the perfect conditions to let these things cure. After the curing process, around the middle of November, I will take and lay a blanket over my register vent in my bedroom. And what that does is that stops the heat from being put into the bedroom where the sweet potatoes are stored, just like this. And the bedroom will actually, middle November, we're getting down to the 50s. So we're around the temperature for storing these guys. We don't have a basement. We don't have a pole barn. We don't have a root cellar. So we have to make do with what we have, which is probably most of the people out here that are growing things. We use our bedroom. We make sure it's warmer in the beginning because that's the important part, to convert those starches over to sugar. And then after that, we just lay the towel over the register vent when it's starting to get cold, and that keeps our room about 60 to 70 degrees. And actually, we've done this for many years, and we've found that these sweet potatoes will store for almost a year if you do it the proper way. And when I say proper way, I mean we always, after we convert the starches to sugars and we're able to start eating these guys, we eat the ones that are the smallest first, because we've found that the largest sweet potatoes store the longest. We harvested our sweet potatoes last year around October the 1st. And 3 weeks ago, my wife and I ate the last two largest sweet potatoes. And one of those were sprouting little slips out on the very ends. Well, I just cut those off and we baked them in the oven, and they were just as good as the first ones we ate. But your smaller sweet potatoes, like over here in this container, will not store for that long in our area, doing it the way we do it. So we eat our smallest ones first, and then we'll save the biggest ones for last. And what we have here is we have from large to smallest, but this milk crate on the very end here, that has the very smallest potatoes and the damaged potatoes. When I was digging these guys up, I snapped a few of them off, and we found some bug damage or some mold damage in a few of these. And we store those separate in their own container, because if there's any rotting takes place, we don't want that spreading throughout the rest of the potatoes. So in about first or second week in November, we can start eating these guys. We eat the damaged ones first, the smallest ones first, and then we move on to our largest. And every year we start our own sweet potato slips. We don't buy them anymore. And these largest sweet potatoes will store for about a year if you put them in those conditions. And we'll take the largest sweet potatoes and some of these middle-sized sweet potatoes, if they're still good in the spring, and that's what we'll plant to make our own sweet potato slips, so we don't have to buy them and pay the $2 or $3 a piece for these guys. I have several videos in my playlist on the channel of how we start our sweet potato slips. There's multiple different ways to do this, but we have a certain way that works great for us. The videos are in the playlist if you guys want to check those out. But for storing and curing our sweet potatoes, we put them in open containers. We put them in the warmest part of our house. Try to keep them warm for at least 4 weeks, maybe 6 weeks if possible. And then we cool things off and try to get them in a 55, 60, 70 degree area. No direct sunlight, dark as possible for the rest of the year. That's how we do it. That may not work for you. There are several videos on YouTube explaining exactly how to do this process, a lot better than I can tell you. I do this because this is the way that works for us, and we've grown them for many years. If you guys like the videos we put out, give us a thumbs up, and like, share, and subscribe to videos. That helps the YouTube algorithm spread our videos out for more people to see. And we certainly appreciate everyone that watches our videos and everyone that comments in the comment sections. And if you have any suggestions or any questions, feel free to leave us a comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. As always, thanks for watching.